Heading to the right side of Abyssal City, we have the second Zerg player for Team FXO. It's the third player, and his ID is...
FXO JKS!
JKS not with a lot of games so far in the GSL. He has made an appearance in the third season in Code A. Was defeated by Oz in the first round and then dropped down. Today he's up against a strong opponent. He's up against a Protoss player starting for Team Prime with 2 wins so far. It is...
Creator Prime!
A lot of Creator Prime fans here, and just generally speaking, Prime fans in the studio right now. That Winter Prime jacket, every time I see it, it makes me want to see if it's like armor. Hellgate open!
Yeah.
That's a Hellgate. That's what comes out of Creator's Gateway. It's not a Warp Gate, but a Hellgate.
Well, don't remind me of a Hellgate. That was such a fail. You know that game, right? When,
no, actually.
Well, a part of the Blizzard developer team actually left Blizzard, and they were starting to make their own game. It was kind of a bit of an RPG that developed. It was called Hellgate London.
How old is this?
It must have been like maybe 2 years ago.
Okay, it's not too long ago.
Yeah, so it was. It promised to be like really epic, a little bit Diablo style, but in a different scenario, and it was just hyped like crazy, and everyone expected so much, but it was a complete fail. There were so many bugs that you could never really properly play the game. And I just gave up at the start. It was like, okay, this is not well thought out. It was a little bit sad, but yeah. So with the Hellgate, that's, yeah, bad memories.
That reminds me of how excited I was to play StarCraft Ghosts, man, but don't get me in on that.
Warcraft Adventures, my friend.
Yeah, dude. I heard about that game too, actually.
I was such a sad panda. I'm like, awesome! You know, I love adventures. Monkey Island, Indiana Jones, all Day of the Tentacle, all these things that you had like back in the days, and then Blizzard announced their own adventure, and I'm like, yes, awesome! Finally, the Warcraft universe. And I'm like, well, actually, it wasn't that good. We canceled it. And I'm like, no!
I started playing some old single-player games on my Nintendo 64 when I didn't have internet. I was playing this game. I never played it before, so I got it, and I was trying to play. It's called like Gemini Force or something. It was this alien race gets invaded by another alien race, and you have to protect them.
Okay.
That was kind of an adventure type situation, but it was good.
Ginyu Force.
Yeah, Ginyu Force, but I don't know, it was Gemini Force something. People know what I'm talking about. I played it several hours, but...
Well, right now in the game here in Abyssal City, which is actually a pretty cool map for a Zerg player against Protoss, especially because the third base for Protoss is always very exposed. It's so hard to defend. But right now we have Creator, of course, only with 2 bases so far. He's trying to expand again with his usual style. And the cannon is in place, saving the probes.
Yeah, they're saved. Ling's got to go chill with the Scanapede or something. Not their place to be. They're going to actually take the Watchtower.
That is a very, very fast speed.
Yeah, you and I are on the same page here. That's it was like the metabolic boost was boosted. And he has pulled out of gas entirely, all 3. He mined 5 extra trips. He's at 20 gas right now, but that means he's going to be able to control the map, and that's a great way to play this map, I feel. Just keeping the pressure on early. It's so hard as a Protoss player to take that third base. Honestly, for Creator's own good, I hope that he just does an immortal push on this map. It's basically impossible to do anything else. I don't think I've ever seen somebody do something else and have it work on this map.
Yeah, this early speed definitely allows him to control the map a little bit better and to keep track of those, probes, for example, that try to sneak in a pylon. But on the other hand, you don't really need the speed this early, so he's sacrificing a fast attack for the speed and also a lot more minerals in the early game. So depending on what exactly Creator does right now, the speed will not be too handy for him. He can't really do anything with it at this point.
You're right. Is he going to go for 2-base Spire or something? He's taking a second gas now. He's put back inside. He's killed the probe, and he has no drone going to a third base.
He's going for the lair tech now at 620, so really early in the game, and he's also getting a macro hatch. And with the macro hatch, I would say he's rather not going for a spire tech, but on the other hand, well, there are 2 choices. What he can do is if he assumes, oh, we have a Stargate. This game is getting better by the second. So if JKS actually assumes, alright, you're going to go for an immortal push, he has 2 choices. He can try to hit with a fast lair, he has 2 choices, that is. He can try to hit Muralist timing, that's something that we've seen ST do against this attack, or he can go for fast infestors and try to fungal the sentries. But right now, depending on what kind of choice he makes, he might run right into a trap, because we have the Stargate now, and this is definitely something that he might not expect.
I think you're so right. This is, I mean, basically, the choice I've seen from Creator is one that you very rarely see on this map. I've seen MC do it occasionally, but it's really weird. We're about to find out right now what he's choosing. The lair is done.
Yeah. We've seen it proxied against Terran, and also a couple of times Stargate has been played on this map, but usually Protoss either trying to take the third base or going for the Immortal push. And lair is done, as you already said, and he doesn't try. Oh, there comes the Infestation Pit. So that's actually the better choice. If you would have tried to go for Mutalisk time, which I don't really see, but then he would have been in a very awkward position against Phoenixes and against the gateway units that we have.
Yeah, a lot of sentries being made here, which are not going to be very useful against the Infestors.
Did he see the Stargate? I'm actually like a little bit blind. Sorry, I did miss that.
No, he didn't see it. Well, actually, he didn't see the Robo, but he
saw
see
the Stargate. So he will be completely fine here. With the early infestation bit that he has, he's also fine against the Phoenixes. He's going for Spore Crawlers. And the only thing that he has to make sure of is that the Queens are in a good position with hold position so that they don't just try to run right into the Phoenix forces and then be taken out. And the same goes for the Infestors.
Oh, look at this. A nice creep block. This is so annoying. This is where speed comes in handy as well. He's going to be able to backstab and catch probes. He can, if he wants to, try to pick off the probe that's going to make the Nexus while the other units are preoccupied with the Overlord. I think that's exactly what he's doing. Actually, he just wants the sentries, and he may get them. He needs to drop forces right now, and he drops only a single one.
What just happened?
Creator, maybe a bit of those nerves we talked about coming into play here.
I feel he got completely blindsided there. There is no other
explanation.
explanation.
Another sentry on bad rally here. He saves it initially, but we'll keep it.
There is no other explanation for him not dropping force fields.
Yeah, that was weird. It was, you know, I almost sometimes want to say, well, hold that thought. Nice block there.
The thing about the strategy that JKS chose here, he's like, okay, what is able to kill me? An Immortal push. Am I really feeling confident that I can defend against an Immortal push? No. So he goes into 2 base fast tech into Infestors and then drops the 3rd base, which will help him against aggression. And at the same time, his expansion, because of it, will of course be a little bit later. But he still has the expansion up a lot faster than his opponent. So he needs to connect the bases with creep, I feel. But he's doing a pretty good job here.
Yeah, really nice. And denying that 3rd base is important, and that's what he wanted to accomplish, but getting all those sentries for free puts him in a great spot. If he catches these Phoenixes with a fungal, he'll be so ecstatic.
Yeah, but the thing is, he still needs to be careful, because right now he's getting done. He doesn't get gas from his 3rd base. He doesn't really mind. He starts to produce more drones, but his drone count is not really all that high. He's at 58.
Look at this Phoenix splitting, by the way. It's excellent. He really wants to bait out some fungals here to hold this attack. It's not going to work, though. As soon as the Infestors pop up, he can just lift them. So I think he's actually going to be safe here for the time being.
The Overseer is also such a smart idea, just to make sure that there is no observer that he misses and then suddenly loses all of his Infestors.
He needs to save this base. Even using lifts, I think, is a good idea here.
I don't think he can. There has to... Wow, he actually runs away. He tries to save the Zerglings instead of killing the 3rd.
And a Colossus does get caught here, but he's actually happy to get that Infestor. He misses it. Now he grabs it. That was a close call.
Takes down the Infestor. Do you think it would have been better for him to force a cancel on the 3rd? I feel like...
I absolutely do.
I think that would have been
on a map of this size, and considering that he would have gotten it for sure,
yeah.
I mean, it was certain he would have gotten it.
You lose the Zerglings, and of course you lose minerals, but at the same time... Oh, nice fungal here. But at the same time, I feel like it's definitely worth it to delay the 3rd base for this long.
It's like
another fungal.
It's like he's trying to give these Phoenixes the way he's using them. He runs them in and then splits them. He didn't get the split off that time, but that's a few fungals used, and Creator knows that all he really needs to do right now is get that 3rd base up. The Phoenixes are not going to be too useful in the late game for him. So I kind of like how he's using them and just being aggressive. That also really allows him to spot the Infestor army, because that Observer died earlier on. He doesn't want to use his robotics build time to make another one. He doesn't have a single one on the map right now.
Upgrades are going to be a bit of a problem for JKS here. Creator is a bit faster with the tech, but the 4th base already coming up for JKS. One of the things that is really not going this well for him is his... Yeah, I feel like his macro. He's not really spreading creep this much.
Yeah, it's not even connected to his 3rd.
Exactly. He doesn't connect the 3rd with a natural, and that's something. Even if you're not that comfortable spreading creep in a PvZ, because you think, okay, there's going to be an observer, he's going to kill the Trumors eventually, you want at least to connect your bases.
Exactly. And that's something he just simply has not done. Now Creator wants to take a fight in the middle of the map. he may get his wish. There's several pylons going down near the 4th base. They can easily warp in Zealots to kill it with, and that's exactly what he's doing right now. Even making some Stalkers.
I really like how JK has approached this game, but on the other hand, Creator is getting into a better position by the second. His macro is just way better than JK's. But it's pretty close. I mean, this fight could go either way. The army supply is once again in favor of the Prime player, though. He's doing just such a great job here.
A 6 split here. The one Colossus does get caught, but he can't even kill it because there's so many greater units coming down. He's going to take these Infestors out, no problem. The Corruptor's looking a little bit awkward here. There's no units underneath the Corruptors. All the Infestors are gone.
Great blink to take down the Infestors. Job well done. Now the Corruptors finally trying to get in and take down the Colossi, but Creator with an awesome blink and GG.
No real support for those Corruptors.
The unit control for Creator is just way better.
It's like out of this world.
You could really see how he jumped in, even those funnels. Yeah, he hit the Zealots, but on the other hand, Creator lifted a few of the Infestors. He jumped up onto the high ground as soon as he had vision, took down the Infestors, and without the fungals, there was just no way for JKS to engage. So the unit control was just so much better for the Prime player.
Absolutely. And now he's on 3 wins.
Yeah.
He takes the 3-0. He's done what the Prime coach expected of him. Now he can put his expectations above what Gerard has already stated. And FXOpen looking a little bit awkward there on the bench. They've only got 2 players left. And Choya claims he's coming out today. I think he may have to reschedule his plans because this is not looking good.
Well, you have Tyr, of course, in your roster, who's always good for a winner too. On the other hand, we still have Leenock. This might actually be one of the games where they are just forced to bring Leenock out early.
I think it's either... Well, I actually think they're going to use Tyr first. Leenock likes to come out last. He does well when he comes out last.
But the thing is, do you really think that Tyr could defeat Creator?
In a PvP, that's a gamble. That's a choice that nobody wants to make, but they may have to make it. This is a really stressful moment now for Choya. Who's he going to send out now? I don't think we're going to see the best. That timing window has closed. We're not going to see ASD, I don't think.
Creator is just so good in the mirror match. He has so many good strategies. His expansion that he takes with the 2 sentries at first. We have this also this fast tech to Stargate that he sometimes plays, a normal robo play. He has so many options, and I feel this might be one of the games where FXO just has to say, okay, usually we like to bring Leenock out last, but this time we might have to change the schedule a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I feel that right now the only player that could actually threaten Creator is Leenock.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe that's what they've got to do right now. They may have to switch the order because Tyr is a great player. He's the wild card Protoss, but can he actually take out someone of this caliber, defensive player in Protoss versus Protoss? Even on the map of his choice, it's a mirror matchup. I mean, yeah, Tyr seems the right choice as far as the last 2 players go, maybe, but against Creator sending him out, I'm not so sure about that. I'd rather have him against someone like Beyond or Marine King later on than actually maybe losing him against Creator.
I completely agree. Of course, you lose a little bit of momentum. You can't really play your cards if you use Leenock right now because then the Prime team will be able to react. But let's see what they're going to do. Well,
Tyr?
There he is. It is Tyr.
You know,
Leenock is going to be last.
Logically speaking, like order-wise, I feel like this is the best choice, but maybe, I mean, taking this guy out against Creator, it's definitely a gamble. This is not a sure-up, straightforward thing where it's like, all right, well, I guess we got to use Tyr now. It's like, well, we have to use Tyr and Leenock now. Which one do I use first? I think using Leenock last may be better here, and that's the choice that the FXOpen team has made.
I feel this is really tough now. Tyr, this is important. If he doesn't win here, then I feel FXO is in a world of pain. But well, we are going to find out how he's going to fare against his opponent in the first PvP today. After a 5-minute break, we're jumping into match number 4. So see you in a few.